you guys are dealing with an injury or you want to really just be prepared in case you do go through one, then I'm going to show you guys in this video how you can still work out even while dealing with an injury. So if you or someone you know is going through that, then send this to them, pay attention, do whatever you need to do. We're going to go ahead and keep you on track. So before we get started, I want to give you guys a disclaimer. If you guys are going through an extremely serious injury, then wait until you are cleared by a doctor before doing anything else, any kind of exercise. The injuries I'm going to be talking about in this video are more minor injuries, such as maybe problems with your knee or your elbow. If you're dealing with like a major back surgery or anything like that, then just take a break until the doctor says that it's okay. So with that out of the way, let's say you guys have gotten into a habit and started going to the gym consistently, and then you get injured. So what do you do? Injuries are unfortunately one of the most common reasons that people will fail to see progress in the gym. Now, out of all the excuses of not coming to the gym, injuries are pretty high up on the list as a good excuse. But there are still some things that you can do to try and maintain progress as best as you can, even while dealing with an injury. The most important thing when you guys are dealing with an injury is maintain your habit as best as you possibly can. So what do I mean by this? Let's use myself as an example here. I work out 4 days a week. Day 1, usually on Mondays, I do upper body. Day 2 on Tuesday, I do lower body. Day 3 on Thursday, I do upper body again. And then day 4 on Saturday, I finish with a full body workout. So those are my 4 days, and that's kind of how my week looks. So let's say I get injured. Let's say maybe I hurt like my elbow or something. Instead of just doing the 2 days where I do legs, I would still try and go to the gym all 4 of those same days, usually about the same time. Just sticking with whatever habit that you've gotten into, same days, same time, same amount of time ideally if you can. Do whatever you can do to try and maintain that habit. It takes a really long time to build a habit up, but it takes almost no time to lose that habit. Usually what I see is one of 2 reactions when people go through an injury. I see either they try everything that they were doing before, or they usually just completely stop. So completely stopping is one of the worst things you can do because it only takes 2 weeks to really start losing your muscle mass. Now, an injury will probably decrease your strength some, but still going in and doing whatever you can is going to help you still maintain as much progress as you can. Now, the other mistake you can make is the opposite of that, is expecting your strength or your endurance to be the same as it was before the injury. Now, this is one of the main things that will really make things worse and make you have to be one of those people I talked about at the beginning where you need to go see a doctor. You have to recognize the injury for what it is, and you want to really make sure to not make anything worse. So let's go ahead and break this principle down, starting with the first section. Do everything that you can. Going back to my example in the beginning, let's say I hurt my knee, and my workout plan is upper, lower, upper, full body. So what I would do is I would have to not do anything most likely on that lower body day. If I wasn't able to do any machines or any kind of strength training, I would want to go lighter and do whatever I was able to do. This is something that you're only going to be able to really find out by testing it out. So let's say maybe you bruise your knee. I would start with something a little bit easier, maybe like a leg curl, which is a pretty staple workout for any kind of good leg day, and just see how your knee reacts. So go really light, maybe 40 to 50% of the weight that you normally use, and just see how it feels. Now, if you are unable to do anything for your lower body, what I would do is just focus mostly on your upper body. Now, you're able to still do multiple things for your upper body and not overwork yourself, but make sure to not do too much. For my example, doing 4 upper body days would probably be too much for me to recover. So the way I would do it is do whatever kind of cardio or walking or maybe even some mobility work that I could on those normal lower body days, and then just stick with my regular upper body for the rest of the time. That's how you're able to kind of just do everything that you can and then kind of go from there. Now, this is going to be very dependent on whatever you guys are going through. So let me know down in the comments if you guys are dealing with a specific injury, and maybe I'll be able to help. Of course, I'm not a physical therapist or a doctor or anything, so take their word over mine. But if you let me know, hopefully I can help you maintain as much progress as possible. Let's go back to the second part of that statement, and that's without making it any worse. Now, with a lot of injuries, sometimes it can be good to kind of push through a little bit of pain. And now how you can kind of tell the difference, at least a good rule of thumb that I use, is this. Does it feel about the same level of pain as it was before you started? So let's use the same leg curls as an example. Let's say I'm doing my set of leg curls and my goal is to do about 10 reps at a relatively light weight. A good way to kind of gauge pain is you rate the pain on a scale of 1 to 10. So let's say your pain starts at about a 3 as you start doing your first set. And as you start progressing through your set, maybe around rep 5, 6, 7, you start to feel that pain level go up. If that happens, that's a good signal that you should probably stop and not really continue with that movement. Now, if your pain level stays about the same throughout your whole set and then afterwards, then that's probably a good sign that you can probably still do those works. Like I said, maybe if your knee is bruised, going through that range of motion with the leg curl might not bother your knee a ton. You might feel it a little bit at a certain point if you feel a bruise, but it probably won't make it worse. So for an example like that, that's where you could go ahead and push through that and just keep your weights light until you recover better and you build some more strength back up. So your goal is to maintain your habit as best as you can, and then do everything that you can do while you're in the gym without making anything worse. So if strength training is failing and you're not able to really do any kind of good movement with the injury, then doing cardio is always a good option. If the injury, especially if the injury is on your upper body, doing like the bike or the treadmill will probably be easy enough for you to do even with most upper body injuries. And if your injury is in your lower half, then what you can do is work on some mobility, focusing on more of your upper body. So focusing on your shoulders and your back and your posture, things like that, that can just keep you coming into the gym at those same days and same times as you were before. So hopefully this was helpful if you guys are dealing with an injury. Like I said, let me know in the comments what you guys are struggling with, and we'll work through this together.